Now they know it's for the name, the legacy.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined just a few days out of a massive fight night. Harlem Eubank, first of all, how are you?
Very well, thanks, mate. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So, let's talk about it. 3-4 days out, one of the biggest fights to take place on British soil in a very long time. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. You're on the undercard. How does that feel?
Feels great. What an exciting event that's going to take place. It's really captured every generation, this fight, and rightly so. I'm excited to be a part of that and share this night with my cousin on Saturday.
So before we go into the main event, we'll talk about your fight against Campillo. It's another fight on another. I know this is Wasserman and Matchroom, but Wasserman have been moving you steady, getting you active, moving into next year. Surely this is a stepping stone for more big fights?
Most definitely. No fight can be overlooked, so full focus on Saturday. But the future, early next year, end of the year, there's definitely the potential for title fights, and that's what I want. I want them. I want the big names. I want the top in the division, and I want to move towards that. So this is a step towards that, but full focus on Saturday for sure.
I know the last fight ended in kind of a controversial way, but on paper this could be your 5th stoppage in a row, 5th win coming inside the distance. Are you looking for that knockout? I think it's only a 6-rounder, but you'll be going for it?
If it presents itself, I'll take it. I'm a fighter that looks for the openings, and if the openings present themselves, then I take them. And sometimes that can end in a devastating knockout. Sometimes it might be points. Sometimes it might be a technical display. So I'm ready for whatever, but I'm prepared for the full 6 if it goes that way. But a stoppage would be nice.
Have you seen much of Campillo? What does he bring to the ring on Saturday night?
I haven't seen too much of him. There's not too much footage around of him, but he has a solid record, and he'll be coming to win. So he'll be coming to make a statement, and you always get that, with the last name Eubank, whoever you've got, they're coming to win, and they're coming to bring 110%. I get everyone's best performance, so I know that will be the same come Saturday. So I'm fully prepared, and I'm ready to put on a show.
Let's talk about that name Eubank then. Chris Jr., he says he's only 60%. It's only going to take 60% to beat Conor. What do you make of that?
I think 60% of Junior beats Conor. I think people forget what Chris is, and what he's done in the sport, and who he's been up against, and I think people forget that. And when you're up against someone like Groves, competing till the very end, it's a super middleweight. That's one of the hardest punching super middleweights. So when you put things into perspective, I think Chris doesn't need to train for this fight like he trains for a Golovkin, like he trains for a Groves, like he trains for them guys. So I think he can get away with saying that. I think it's fair.
Is there any chance that Chris is underestimating Conor?
No, I don't think so. Conor, he poses a threat. He's explosive. He can box a little bit. But Chris is a different animal, and I think that will show on Saturday night.
Do you think that Chris is relishing the opportunity to kind of play the villain in this massive fight? We know the build-up's massive. We've seen already Fight Week, the big red carpet event. I think there's a documentary being shown on BBC One, Good Morning Britain. There's a real chance to capture the whole nation's imagination here. Do you think he's playing that villain?
He likes to play the villain. He likes that role. So I think it's coming natural to him that he likes to, troll in this occasion, and I think Conor's personality is very reactive to that. So I think he's assumed that position very nicely and very naturally. So he's enjoying himself in this build-up, and he'll enjoy himself fight night as well.
Do you think he is getting under Conor's skin, and do you think he will carry on to do that as we get closer to the fight night?
I think so, and that's just how their personalities are. Conor's more reactive and aggressive and triggered, and Chris is more relaxed, laid back, and likes to prod and poke and try and get that reaction out of him.
Since you was last on the channel, Senior's come out and made more comments about we should all boycott the fight. He doesn't want his son in there. Kind of, if everyone boycotts it, it's not going to be good for you because you won't be on the card either. But what did you make of those comments from Senior?
So I think it's coming from a dad concerned about his son. It's not, it's not necessarily a comment with his boxing head on. You got to understand that it's also a dad concerned about his son and aware of some of the things that can happen with weight cuts. So I think it's coming more from he's got his dad's head on in that case, and I think it's fair. It's fair for someone concerned about their son to the comments he's made, but at the same time, the fight will go ahead 100%, and everyone's excited for it.
Knowing Junior's personality, do you think he is taking those comments from his dad on board, and do you think they will have an effect on him?
No, not at all. You got to know that Junior is completely his own man. Junior does what he wants to do when he wants to do it, and Senior's view on the fight is very separate to Junior's. So they each have their own opinions and their own view, but this fight is happening because Junior wants this fight, and I don't think Senior's view on it have any bearing on Junior or what he wants to do.
What's the chances that Senior turns up on Saturday night then, in your mind?
I don't think that he really wants to be a part of the event. With his dad's head on. But he might do. But he's dealing with a lot of stuff outside of boxing, so it's maybe his head's not in boxing right now. Maybe he doesn't want to be amongst it at the moment. So he might turn up, but he might not.
With all the kind of videos that Chris Jr.'s put out with the eating, most recently the Salt Bay, is there any doubt on your mind that he misses the weight?
No doubt at all. I think Chris is a professional. He knows that he can make the weight. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue for him. I think people from outside think that it's going to be more difficult than it is, and I think he's playing on that with the burgers and the salt-based stuff. But nah, he's a professional. He'll make the weight and he'll deliver on Saturday.
Finally then, I want 2 predictions from yourself, 3-4 days out. A prediction for your fight and a prediction for Chris's fight.
My fight, you're going to get an explosive performance. You're going to see a little bit of everything, and could end in a knockout. Might just end in a points display, but you'll have to tune in to find out. Chris, I think stoppage in the second half of the fight. I think Conor will start sharp, and Chris will take him into deep waters and make him very uncomfortable.
Excellent. Harlem, best of luck Saturday night. Thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV.
Thank you.
Step up. Apparently every fight's been a step up. I do the talk, make the noise and give them the theatre, but then I put it on mute. I have always been seen in the wake, but it's time they've woken up. Now they know it's for the name, the legacy.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.